Hello, good evening and welcome back to Andy's Cavern Boxing. How all doing tonight, guys? All well out there, I hope. Though, I don't know what it's like where you are, but it's blowing a hooey here. It's absolutely blustery conditions, but never mind. What's on this weekend? Jeamie Tshikeva and Frazer Clarke have a tear-up, do they? For the British Heavyweight Championship. The Lonsdale belt. So, how's that going to go? There's been a bit, I think it's been delayed, wasn't there? Jeamie Tshikeva, or TKV as he calls himself, had some form of injury, I believe, so delayed the fight a wee bit. But it's on the BBC, which has had its issues recently. But it's good to see boxing on terrestrial TV, as you might call it, back on console telly, some people refer to it as. So boxing anywhere's good, isn't it? But the more outlets, the better, I think. It gives it a bigger audience, a broader audience. So it's not everybody's cup of tea, is it? But we all like it, don't we? So I love it. So what's going to happen in this fight? I think Jeamie Tshikeva's last fight was a controversial ending, wasn't it? With David Adderley, when the ref was thought to have called break. It's not really clear what happened, is it? And pulled Jeamie Tshikeva's hand away, and that gave Adderley a clear shot at him. So, and he didn't quite recover from it, did he? So effectively, he's getting a title shot off the back of a loss, but it was controversial, and I think initially there was going to be a rematch with David Adderley, wasn't there? But that's obviously not come to fruit. So, but I think it's a good fight. It should be all right. But I do favour Frazer Clarke. I mean, as we've said in recent times, I think, and on Porky's Corner, it was alluded to that Frazer Clarke has given Fabio Wardley his hardest fight so far, isn't he? In the first fight, held him to a draw, and I actually thought Frazer might have was unlucky not to get a decision there. It was a very, very close fight, but Wardley done the business in the rematch, though, with a first round knockout, but that horrible injury, so put a dent in his head, didn't he? So it's good to see he's been able to come back from that, because that must have been traumatising, receiving an injury like that, isn't it? But he got well looked after out in Saudi. Turkey Al Sheikh got him good medical attention, and he had a one round blowout at Ebenezer Tete, didn't he? So that's been his comeback. So that was a good confidence booster. So I think you've got to favour Frazer Clarke going into this. I've not actually looked at the bookies' odds, but I'm guessing he'll be the favourite, and he'll probably want to make a statement. I think Frazer Clarke will get it done inside the distance. Tshikeva's he's fairly skillful. I think he was probably beating David Adderley on points up to the, but it all went wrong when he got caught with that shot. I think he's more skillful than people give him credit for, but I think Frazer Clarke will be too good for him and will stop him. Probably late rounds, maybe 8th round, maybe a wee bit later. Round about that anyway, sort of 3/4 away through the fight. I would probably, I would say that. That's my prediction. I ain't no expert, as I always say. It's just my prediction. You might have other ideas. Maybe you think Jeamie Tshikeva will win, but I don't. I think Frazer Clarke will win, probably somewhere around about the 8th round, 8th or 9th round, and then where will he go next? Nobody seems to defend the British belt these days, dude. I've never seen. There's a question for you. Feel free to answer in the comments. Who is the last British heavyweight title champion to win a title outright? I don't remember anybody in recent times doing that. I mean, Henry Cooper famously won 3 Lonsdale belts outright, didn't he? And then I think he had to sell them. He was one of the famous Lloyd's names. Was it when Lloyd's went bust or went into trouble or something, and he lost a lot of money and he had to sell it, which was pretty sad, really. He had to sell his Lonsdale belts. I don't think they made a great amount of money at the time, from what I remember. You might remember better than me, but I'm just kind of going by memory. I've not looked this up. But it'd be nice for him to win it outright. That's what I want to see. Who's he going to fight next, though? David Adderley. Well, that's saying Frazer Clarke wins. David Adderley, or maybe a rematch with Dave Allen. There's plenty of other options out there. There's Richard Riakporhe. He's a big puncher, Richard Riakporhe, isn't he? He's under Billy Nelson now, isn't he? So, yeah, somebody like that. Can't just think off the top of my head anybody. Who else? Somebody that's not won it for a while. What about Moses Atuma? That would be a fight, wouldn't it? I'd like to see him win the British title. That's what I've long said. I'd like to see him go the traditional route. But at the moment, we know what's next for Moses Atuma, don't we? It's Jermaine Franklin. So that's a good fight. That's a fight I'm quite happy about. I think he could give him some rounds if anybody could. He's kind of proven himself against Anthony Joshua, and I thought he beat Dillian White. So yeah, I think that's a good fight for Moses Atuma. So if Moses Atuma wins, will he fight the winner of this fight and win the British title, or have a go at the British title? I think that would be a good route to go, instead of skipping it like some people do. Because I think he's already got the Commonwealth title, Moses Atuma, hasn't he? After they beat Dillian White, I think the Commonwealth title was on the line there. So I'd like to see him win the British and European, then go to World for world honours. Serve his apprenticeship, as they say. I think that's my favourite route for him anyway. But who am I to tell anybody what to do? So just a man in a shed talking about boxing. I haven't had a chance to watch any. I said in my last video I'd try and watch some other fights from last weekend through the week. I've just not had a minute yet, so it'll probably come to the point nobody's interested. But I certainly saw Jared Benavidez fight. That kind of went the way I thought it would go. So where does Jared go next? Who knows? Fight against... Is he going to fight Joshua Buatsi? Joshua Buatsi didn't go anything special, did he? He shouldn't have won that last fight. So maybe I'd like to see Joshua Buatsi in with Anthony Yarde. I don't think he deserves a shot at Benavidez. Benavidez would smash him as well, wouldn't he? So I don't think there's too much doubt about that. Maybe right to see Benavidez against Dimitri Bivol next, or after Beterbiev. I think that would be my preference, but there we are. Anyway, that'll do for the night. There's an undercard. I think Jack Massey's fighting on the undercard with Frazer Clarke and Jeamie Tshikeva. And is it Francesca Hennessy? And yeah, I think she's got quite a tough fight. So yeah, let's hope it's a good show. Ben Whittaker's fighting the same night, but on a different show, isn't he? So I'll maybe do another video about that. I'll have a look into that. And hopefully we'll get together with Jamie and Jerry again soon, and we'll have another enjoyable 3-way chat, if we can all fit it in our schedules. There we are. Okay guys, I think that's all for tonight. Hope you're all well out there, and don't forget Boxers in Need, www.boxersneed.org. Until the next time, it's good night from me and good night to you. Cheery bye.